Join me as I dive into the chaos of market elections week. I'm going to be predicting what I think is going to be happening in the markets this week based off the statistics from the previous two elections that we've had in the market. So let's get into it, okay? So in the last two elections, so the 2016 and the 2020 elections, we had big moves in the market. We had around a 6 to 7% move on the S&P 500 in 2020 presidential election. 2016 presidential election, we had around a 4% pump to the upside on the S&P 500. So if that's going to repeat itself again, then we can expect a new all-time highs on the S&P 500. Whether that happens or not is debatable, but I am just here to share the statistics of election week and have you prepared, because brace for some volatility, especially if we don't get the results at the intended day that they're supposed to be released, which is, I believe, on Tuesday the 5th of November. If it doesn't happen, if we get a contested election or something along those lines, brace for some volatility. However, once the market decides and knows who the next presidential election candidate, who's the president going to be, then I feel the volatility will start to come down and the market will rally. However, I believe that if Kamala Harris does win, there is a chance that we could go lower, okay? Because I think the market has been pricing in a Trump victory. So for me, a lot of this pump that we've seen recently has been pricing in a Donald Trump victory. So the markets have got a little bit ahead of themselves because the polls suggest right now that the race is 50-50. So for me, the crypto market and the stock market has seen some really nice gains in the previous 4 weeks, and I think that was due to the fact that the markets, the voting markets had Donald Trump winning by quite a big margin, but that seems like that margin is narrowing now and it's become a 50-50 race. And that's what we've got this week in the markets. We've seen a move down in equities and a decent move in Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin is still green on the week. We haven't finished because Bitcoin trades 24/7. So the Bitcoin hasn't finished the week yet, but we did see a nice pump on Bitcoin, whereas in equities, we did get a move down. And if you watched my video from last week, that's what I was predicting. I predicted a move down on equities and a move up on Bitcoin, because that's what happened in the previous two, or at least the 2020 elections. The penultimate week before, we got a move down on equities and a move up on Bitcoin. So we saw a divergence between Bitcoin and equities, and that's exactly what we saw again this week. I mean, if we finish Bitcoin below, I think it's $63,000, then we can obviously, it's been a bearish week, but I don't expect that in the next 24 hours or whatever we have left before the week ends on Bitcoin. So now what I want to do is I want to review what happened last week. I want to dive into the charts. We need to be prepared just in case obviously the market goes lower, and also position ourselves if once the results are out, position ourselves so we can take full advantage of what's to come next. So stick in there with me. I promise you, you're going to gain a lot of value from this video, because this could be a very nice opportunity for you guys to position yourselves, because I'm going to show you something. You don't want to be missing out on this, okay? Because once there's uncertainty in the markets, is over, the markets continue to rally. So we don't want to be missing out on the opportunity. So I want to be diving straight into the charts right now and going through all the technicals. So let's go. Okay, so what we see here is Bitcoin. We're still trading, making this video on Saturday. So we still have over 24 hours left for the weekly close. So we opened the week around 67,780. We're currently trading at around $69,500. If Bitcoin does drop and ends the week red, then obviously it's then you could say it's correlated to equities. But I saw a divergence. We got a huge week on Bitcoin. We almost broke the previous all-time highs. We were inches away from breaking all-time highs, and then obviously people started probably buying the breakout, and what does the market do? Just reverses and takes a lot of longs out from here. So the market is moving down now, but I don't think anything stops this train, guys. I expect all-time highs very, very soon. I did say that all-time highs before the elections. We almost got it. Okay, so prediction still not as bad. I'm still happy with the prediction. We almost got all-time highs. We're inches away from it, but nonetheless, we are not far from all-time highs, and that's what I'm expecting next on Bitcoin. However, we all as traders have to be prepared if the market moves lower. What is the next trade setup that I'm looking at for Bitcoin? Okay, so if I pull up this range profile, is this sideways range that we've been trading in for God knows how long now, 7 months. We can see here, I'll drop this down to a daily chart. We are now smacking into the big range value area high. Okay, this is a great support zone, $69,000 around, give and take. It's a big level on this chart. We see previous resistance here, okay, around this level. We saw it here again. So this is now flipping into support. Will this hold and drive us higher? We shall see. Okay. As traders, what you have to remember, guys, we get asked a lot, what's going to happen in the market? What is going to, nobody can tell you what is going to be happening next. Where is price going next? Okay, so anybody that tells you where price is going next with 100% certainty is completely telling you a lie. Nobody knows where the market's going next. What we do as analysts, what we do as risk managers is we have targets if the price falls, and we have targets for resistance if the price pumps. Okay, so we are looking for our next trade setup. That's our purpose as traders. So that's what we're going to do here, guys. All right, we do not know if this is going to turn around and start pumping to the upside. My only concern with Bitcoin at the minute is this CME gap. All right, this CME gap, and we are really, really close to it. We are not far from the CME gap. Okay, we are the CME gap comes in around $67,295, and we are not far from there. Okay, I think that's where pretty much the weekly open is, quite close. I don't want to see Bitcoin back into this imbalance. I want to see this hold, this pivot at 65,300, whatever it is. I want to see this pivot holding. I do not want to come any further down below that 65,000. I want to ideally see a setup from this CME gap on a move back up towards all-time highs. I would not want to see this pivot getting lost. All right, guys, we're making high highs and high lows. I do not want to see in this bull market, we've had a change in market structure, and I do not want to see Bitcoin losing market structure here. All right, 65,000 for me is a big level on this Bitcoin chart. So I do not want to see $65,000 level being lost. All right, we also have a monthly naked point of control and also a weekly naked point of control on here. So we have a lot of levels, guys. All right, we have a lot of levels for the price to come down. A lot of support levels here. So for me, this is a range. This is a range here. Right now, you can see we had this daily naked point of control, and that's holding price. That sits right on top of that range value area high. You can see perfectly sits right on it, and we're getting a nice bounce. We got a big bounce on Friday, all the way to 71,600. We got a huge bounce off this daily naked point of control. Will it happen again? I'm not too sure if this support is going to hold once again or not. We will see if it is holding for now. We're getting a bounce by this weekend. We will not know until Monday whether this support is going to hold or not. If it breaks, then for me, it's coming down towards these levels here. And if I pull a fixed range profile from here to here, right, we can see also the point of control for this smaller range comes around the $67,000 range as well. So for me, big level, big level. These are huge levels on this chart. If I pull a fib tool, let's see where that comes. Right, so you can see the 7.9 sits right on $67,000, which is the monthly naked point of control. You can see that, right? Sits right on it. So that would be very nice. That's a very strong level for me. All right. But this for me, guys, if it comes down, if it takes out this daily naked point of control, the one that I'm talking about, 68,900, then one can expect a move down towards this CME gap and monthly naked point of control. At that point, I'll be looking for a long setup, guys, back to all-time highs. And the setup that I'll be looking for will be something along this here. My stop would be under this pivot, the one that I'm saying, the big pivot that I'm wanting to see Bitcoin protected, and I do believe that Bitcoin will protect that. My target will be, above all-time highs. So that would be like a 4, or you can take this as high as you want. This could be your next big long trade that you can hold throughout the next 3 months or whatever time frame, or whatever how long this Bitcoin bull market is going to last. You can even take this all the way up to 100k. Risk to reward 20 to 1. That's insane. Well, that is definitely a trade that I am looking at next on Bitcoin. All right, I will be very interested. I will be monitoring the order flow. What do I mean by monitoring the order flow? This is the order flow. If you don't know what this is, head over to the website. We have a course that explains what order flow is. We trade with order flow. We want to see the bids and asks. We want to see the orders coming in the market. How aggressive are the buyers? How aggressive are the sellers? What is the delta? What is the volume? This is the information that you get from order flow. You do not get this information from candlestick charts. So this pump that we saw on Friday, you can see this was all fueled by massive increases in open interest. These are huge longs opening, new longs. So we have around $90 million worth of new longs opening here. And this is only the Bybit exchange, by the way. 90 million on Bybit exchange. Imagine in total how many new long positions opened on this pump, and what did we see? We got a massive move back down, and we liquidated all these longs got liquidated. We could see 96.8 million. See, this decrease in open interest, it means positions were closing, stops were getting hit, people were getting stopped out. This is all the increase of open interest, new longs opening. This is the decrease. It stopped them all out. 96.8 million worth of positions stopped out on that huge drop on Friday. Big pump and then big dump. So what do I want to see? What do I mean by what I want to see at that $67,000 level? If you get there, I want to see a lot of shorts getting stuck. So I want to see this coming down aggressively and a lot of shorts shorting the bottom for a potential squeeze then to the upside. Because if we get a lot of shorts at that 67,000, a lot of people shorting it with new positions opening, increases of open interest, we have a potential for a big move back to towards all-time highs. That will give me great confidence to see that on the order flow. It's either that, or I want to see some more longs getting taken out. A lot of negative increases and decreases in open interest. I want to see longs getting stopped out as we approach the $67,000 level, and then I want to see exhaustion into that level, meaning sellers are exhausted. There's no more longs to liquidate, and we pump after that back to the new longs, fresh longs come in, and we pump it back to the upside, and sellers don't show any strength whilst we're moving higher to try and liquidate those new strong hands. Okay, so we want to get rid of the weak hands. Move back down to 67 would be nice. Yeah, it'll be very, very nice if you see this move. But I want to see this pivot at 65. I do not want to see Bitcoin losing that pivot. Okay, it will be pretty bad news for me, in my opinion, if we lose 65. So for me, I'm not bothered right now. We can pump from here back to all-time highs. I continue to hold my spot Bitcoin. So I'm pretty comfortable if this turns around here. But for me, obviously, the CME gap's right below us. So no better time to come and fill that CME gap, right? That's my reasoning. However, if we look back at the previous US presidential elections, Bitcoin pumped 20%, guys. All right, Bitcoin pumped 20% on election week. So if we were to pump 20%, that will take us to 83,000, above 80k, way above the all-time highs. That can happen because we are at a key support level here. This is previous resistance, now flip support. We have the value area high, range value area high, big level, and daily naked point of control. So this could easily just pump. All right. Monday could be a muted day because the market will be waiting for US election outcome. So I expect Monday to be a little bit of a muted day, and then this thing to start moving on Tuesday. Let's have a look at the ES. As I said, I was expecting a move down because that's what we saw on the previous two times on ES. We got a move down on election the week prior to elections on two of the previous presidential elections. So yeah, again, statistics do play a big part in this. We have these equal lows here, which I would not be surprised for ES to come and sweep them and then push this thing back to all-time highs. Yeah, it is at a nice support level, but we have to be prepared as traders if we do come down on ES. Do I expect it? I'm not too sure. However, we have to be prepared. If Kamala Harris wins or something that the market doesn't like, then it's a possibility that this thing could come down lower. And if it does come down lower, I do have levels. We have a volume imbalance at 56.71 area. This is from TPO. Okay, this volume imbalance. We have a daily naked point of control of 56.30. So if we were to come down, I would expect this level to get hit. Okay, and we also have a weekly naked point of control at the bottom here, guys. All right, so we have so we have weekly naked point of control and a daily naked point of control. So if this market was to come down, I'll be ready and prepared to go long. Okay. Yeah, so we have the 618 with a weekly naked point of control, this zone, or we can even pull it from here. Right, you can also see if we pull the Fibonacci retracement, we have the 618 lining up right on the daily naked point of control. We have this imbalance, as you can see, with these big bullish candles. So if the S&P ES comes down, I'll be expecting some form of support here for a move back into all-time highs. I am looking for that. If we get it, I'll be very happy to take it. If we don't, I'm also happy to see this thing pump to all-time highs. We do have a monthly naked point of control, so if we do come up here and I see some form of weakness, that would be really nice for a nice day trade, for then I move back into all-time highs. So this monthly naked point of control is a very important level. This for me is a level that this thing would need to show strength. We also have supply zone here, so this level here is going to be a very important level if the S&P 500, or ES should we call it, moves back into 58.78.50. Okay, if we move into there and I see some form of exhaustion or absorption from the order flow, I will be I'll be confident in taking a short here. We have other levels when we're day trading, but I'm just showing you for the purpose of this video what the bigger levels are. All right, so if ES is going to show intent, it needs to clear this 58.78 monthly naked point of control. If we do break down, which is a possibility, okay, because we have all these equal lows here, guys. All right, so we're naturally gonna have some, liquidity resting under here, so we could come and grab that liquidity, get people shorting again, getting bearish, and then pumping to the upside. But we have to see how the markets are reacting to the news. If we get Kamala Harris winning the elections, then this could continue trading back down. However, ultimately, I will still be a trader that's monitoring this level. I do still think that will happen even under Kamala Harris. We can see under previous, whoever the president has been, we have always pumped 60%. We pumped under Donald Trump's leadership, and Joe Biden's leadership, we pumped 60%. What's interesting is on the week, the high of the week of the presidential election week, we come and retested the market here during this bear market, and guess what? The high of this week when Trump was announced as president, we came up, the COVID crash almost hit that level. So a little bit of a interesting observation. But as you can see, once the presidential elections week is this one, once it's over, look, the market just rallies. All right, just rallies. Very, very nice. Just rallies before any sort of pullback. So I'm not expecting anything different this time. I'm expecting more of the same. All right, we get before the elections. Markets don't like elections, right? Market don't like uncertainty. So what happens? We get a move down, right? What do you have here? Same thing, right? Look at this. Uncertainty who's going to be president, market moves down. Once we get certainty, market moves up. Same thing here, right? Market doesn't know, doesn't have any clarity. A lot of uncertainty who's going to be president. Once we get the result, market pumps to the upside. That's exactly what I'm seeing again. Right? Uncertainty. Market doesn't like it. Once we get clarification on Tuesday who's going to be president, I mean, pending we get, we get a winner on Tuesday, I can expect more of the same. I expect nothing different in these markets. So I am ready. I am prepared. I am not going to be long from here. All right. Although this is a great support zone, for me, I'm not long here, guys. I did long for a day trade because this is a key level, very, very key, big key level, key support zone. But I was not, I'm not long in this as a swing trade here. So if we do come down, first level I'll be paying attention to the volume balance. If that doesn't hold, we come through, then that's my next level. If that doesn't hold, weekly naked point of control. Again, if we take out this pivot on SPX, that will be really bearish, big flush. That would be a drop of 8%. Yeah, that would be pretty scary for S&P 500, right? We don't want to quite see that. So I expect these support levels to hold. I will be updating, if I do take a position, I'll be updating that in the group. What we saw this week, if you watch my video from last week, I predicted a drop, and that's what we got. We had a huge influx of economic data. We got JOLTS openings on Tuesday, softer. So a lot of positions not getting filled, softer forecast. GDP was softer again, so that's actually, I think, good news, because that means clear path ahead for the Federal Reserve to keep cutting, because interest rate cuts means more GDP growth. Core PCE in line is coming down. Personal income a little bit on the high side. The non-farm payrolls, huge miss, obviously, because there was the storm, the hurricane, so we got non-farm payrolls came in a lot less. But the next one will be the important one on NFP. Unemployment rate in line, 4.1%, not too bad. And ISM is very soft. It came in softer than expected, 46.5. This thing needs to get really, PMIs need to get moving, because that shows the economy is quite soft. So interest rate cuts, when Fed sees this stuff, I think they'll be happy with cutting further. Into November and December. I think they'll be cutting rates on both occasions. Let's see what happens. We also had a lot of earnings this week from big tech. Good earnings, most of them. All right, really, really good earnings. However, soft guidance, and that soft guidance is because they can't keep up. Not enough chips. So not enough chips. The demand is there, but just very slow with the chip. So again, what does that mean? That means Nvidia is just gonna, keep on exploding because there's so much demand for the chips. So AI, AI is accelerating. AI is massive. AI, there's no stopping AI right now, guys. That's the bet you want to be in. If you are betting anything for the next 10 years, in my opinion, it's going to be AI. All right, that's the horse you want to be betting on. Don't let anybody tell you that you need a defensive portfolio or anything along those lines, that's going to return you a mediocre 8% a year. For me, that is absolute rubbish. You are just making yourself poorer. Come and learn how to trade. Come and learn how to invest. We are here to help you beat the market. S&P 500 returns 12%. Not good enough in my opinion, because we have debasement and inflation around 12-13% a year. So if you do nothing, you're getting poorer. Come and be a part of the group. We are beating these markets because we are betting on technology and crypto, and those are the two markets that outperform: AI, crypto, and technology. Those are the markets that outperform the debasement and all the fuckery that's happening. So if you want to be part of it and you want to do well for the next 10 years, come and be a part of our group. We're helping each other stay ahead of the curve, guys. All right. But I don't want this video to go on for too long. It's going on for a little bit too long. But what I want to say to finish is brace for volatility this week. But for me, it's a very, very exciting time to be in the markets, to be trading these markets, because if we can get the direction right, we are going to be in for some massive, massive profits. I'm looking forward to what happens. Whatever side of the political spectrum that you are on, good luck with who you want as the next president of the United States. We are just here to analyze the charts, keep it purely technical in regards to the markets. So I hope you got some value out of this video. I hope that you are able to better protect yourself going forward and what you can expect from the markets. So thank you for watching, guys. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit the thumbs up for future videos. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.